sorry for het ongemak, sorry for the inconvenience.
It's a bit better with light. On peut admirer comme ça.
Oui.
Faudrait que tu me donnes des coordonnées. Hein.
Oui, je vais le laisser.
Ou je peux les trouver sur Internet facilement.
Non, non, mais je vais te laisser quand même. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I try to lift up my voice a little bit. It's a great honor for me to have Fawaz in our midst. Thank you for coming from Paris. Where he works as an architect, and he's also specialized in a special form of music from Syria, the dhikr music, Sufi dhikr music. He has to explain it to us first. And I give the floor to him to make us clear what's the importance of this ancient form of music. Please.
Thank you. Well, first of all, excuse me for my English. This is the first time that I do a speech in English in my life. So I need your help if I can't transmit my ideas, because I don't have the... I don't know how to make a speech in English. Anyway, perhaps it will be better because I have to be very simple in my ideas, and it could be better. Anyway, if I need help, you will help me. The second thing that it's the first time also that I have a speech between a rehearsal and a concert. And I think that there's two ways of thinking in the mind of a human being which are really opposite: to speak and to play music. And I prefer to say my ideas in the second way, which is the music. Because with music we can say something and we can say the opposite in the same time. In a speech we have to have reason, so we can't say this. Anyway, to begin, about the question of zikr, well, I don't consider that I'm a specialist of the zikr music, or I'm a Sufi, because the first thing to be a Sufi is not to say that you are something. You have to live it, and it's this way. I think the idea of Sufism and identity are very confused and opposite. This question of identity. But of course, my origin, my musical origin is this. It's not the heritage. Mon réservoir, mon réservoir de savoir begins with the Sufi music. Well, I'd like to explain a little bit about this Zawiya, which is the Zawiya Hilaliya of Aleppo. A Zawiya is a place that we sing. It's a place, it's not a mosque, it's a place, a private place, but open private place. People comes for the Hilaliya in the Friday afternoon, after the prayer of Friday, and we used to sing from 4 hours in winter, 5 or 6 hours in summer. There's a lot of people coming from, there's the people of the Zawiya. We sing, we are about 300, could be 400 person. The audience are the same who are singing, so there's no this separation. So somebody is singing and the others are looking. And the organization of the Zawiya is very, very interesting. I'd like to begin with this, because I think the way the Zawiya is organized can explain a lot of things for this heritage. Can I have something to write? No? Just a pen?
Je sais pas écrire.
Ouais, mais
Non, c'est
je n'ai pas pensé. The Zawiya, can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the Zawiya, the plan of the Zawiya, the dome. So people enter from here, and this is the Qibla. You know what's the Qibla? It's the direction of Mecca. So here is the owner of the Zawiya, the Sheikh Jamal Hilali actually. This Zawiya used to make zikr every Friday from 500 years. Every Friday. Even in the war now, they continue. So people get from here. The most important in this Zawiya is the organization of this place to organize music with the audience who is singing. So when you enter, everybody has his place, and there is visitors. So everybody enters and goes to the sheikh, and the sheikh will place him, will put him in his right place. Of course, the sheikh knows a lot of things. You don't have to have a speech with the sheikh, but he can see you, he can see what you are wearing, he can smell you, he knows if he knows you, if you have been there from 2 years or not, if you have ever been there. Are you hearing me? You need the mic or not? Okay. So you come. Now, there is people like this and people like this. These people, which are debout, standing up. All these people are standing up. And from here, the order from here is for the good singers. The order from here is for the souk merchant, for the economic market people, the economic force of the Zawiya, because the Zawiya have a lot of economic power also. So the more important, of course, are from the sheikh in this order, the Arashi, and the order of the knowers of the good singers is from here, you know. And you can't have the place of the other one if he's not dead. So there are people who was waiting here from years and years and years, and you don't know. And the other side, of course, it's not a hierarchy of how many money you have, it's a hierarchy of how older you are in the Zawiya. Anyway, all of this is a question of 500 years really, because all of this is a family heritage, which is very, very important. So the father of this one was here, and the father was this one, and his grandfather, of course, was here. So this is the square part. the role of the sheikh is to place everybody in the beginning in his right place, and he'll finish here, because the other will be taken, the other leader will be the singer, which is in the middle, and with his wings, we call them wings, which are 2 or 3 good singers in the center. After then, you will have the visitors, and with the visitors you have all les fous. يعني c'est quoi les fous?
Mad.
They are not mad.
No,
Les gens simplés,
the simple mind.
the simple mind people of the Sioux, which are we consider them as a higher range of human being. So they will be here, and I think really that they are a higher range of human being anyway. They will be here, and all the visitors will be like this. And all of these people, when you are old in the Zawiya, you will be more closer to the walls, and when you are new, all the new visitors will be placed here, and all these people are sitting down. So, now there is a third person, which is very important. This is the one who commands the rhythm of these singers are for the melodies. They have the best voices, very high pitch. And this one, who's a secret person, you can't see him if you don't know, is the sheikh who have the tempo of all these people. You know, there's about 300 people. It's not easy to sing 300 people. So this one have only one instrument, which is the instrument, the pitch, the more higher that a human body can do, which is this one. And he counts with this. Everybody is here. Of course, in the Zawiya, there is also people, the warm people that we call, they like this, or this, or this. So, all this is organized to sing for 4 hours, about 4 hours, which is, the form is a form of fasl. The fasl is about 20 to 30 minutes of singing. All these people of course have a very low pitch, and these have a very high pitch. And of course all the visitors are between them. So the trance is sure because you are between the low pitch, the low power and pitch, and the high pitch and the power of the high pitch. So these people will begin. The zikr is the name of God, to repeat the name of God. So the base is always the name of God. And after, of course, here with his wings, they can sing with a very high pitch. You can imagine 300 people saying, and the singers inside, etc. So, I'd like to. Well, the space organization for me is really very, very important. Because as you see, there is no theater. There's no the Greek way to organize things, which is this way. You know, you have a point here, and all the audience is like this. And I think the music that you can do in this way, in this organization, is really, how to say it, is more proche, is more, c'est plus proche. It's closer, it's closer. So, what can we do with this way of thinking in music for a Syrian in Europe? This is the question for me now. When we speak about heritage, I think that there is two ways to see time. There is an actual, a straight way to see the time, and there is the other way to see the time, which is in a circle. You know? And this morning it was very interesting. Somebody was speaking, an archaeologist was speaking about this, about when he goes for 3 months to meet people who lives in the desert of Syria. And I really think that the real difference between this, which is very interesting in this rencontre, c'est quoi un rencontre? Meeting, in this meeting, is these two ways of thinking the time. Because the people of the village, they think always with the cyclic way of, because they see the seasons and so, and everything repeats. And our way to see the time actually with the progress and all is this way. So for me, I think that we can import this way of thinking in the other way, because we need really the two way of thinking. And I think that musicians are the best to do this. Why? Because all the work of a musician is time. And the musician is always creating, all the imaginary is between these two ways of thinking. A rhythm is cyclic, a melody is like this, a form could be like this or could be like this. So musicians are always, composers and musicians and improvising also, they are always thinking about the way and making combinations between these two. And for me now, and I prefer that you hear what we have done together in this with the piano and with the oud. For me, which is interesting, is to change the role, is to give the piano the cyclic way to. I always change roles, you know. I took this is not my role of me, this is not my tradition, this is not the way that I think. But I'm always taking this part of the work and giving the other part. And I think it's really very important because these basic things are really more important than all the other questions of identity that we can meet in Europe today. I don't feel really Arab. I don't feel really Muslim. But I'm definitely a musician. So, because I have the choice of this. The others, I don't have the choice. I never had the choice to be a Muslim or to be a male or to be a... So, I think we have really a lot to say, musicians, in the two sides, because I've never thought that music could be Oriental or Occidental. I don't know why we need to give a geographic identity for music. But this question of cycle way of thinking and actual way of thinking is really a musical problem. And with this abstract way of thinking, we can build a real new identities, I think. So this is all what I have to say for the moment, because the real thing that I want to say is in the concert. Thank you very much. Of course, if you have questions, I can answer. Huh?
Okay.
It was really very difficult in English. Huh?
No, you did a good job. Well, we have some intermission for drinks, and I think there's enough for everybody, so please go to the free section, so to speak. And then we have the concert, starting at 5 o'clock till 6 o'clock, and you all are invited to belong to the audience, and there will be some extra coming from outside. Thank you. See you at 5 o'clock, or at the table with the drinks. Thank you.
مش الحال معلم ولا قصيرة كانت؟
حلو كثير ظريف.
Thank you.
Yes.